She wants to know if you started the show knowing your marriage was over.
100% honest, I started this show knowing that Matt and I had been in a down. But I didn't know that that down was going to actually make me pull the trigger to get a divorce.
Shannon, did you come on the show to get divorced?
No, in fact, I mean, it's a similar story. We were in a horrible down, and I thought that if he saw that he wasn't spending a lot of time with me, and it was captured on film, he would say, God, I gotta spend more time with my wife.
I actually thought it was gonna be good for us too.
Why did we never see even his face on the show?
Matt could not film because of his job. He went to his employer and was like, oh, I have to disclose this, we're gonna do this thing, and they were like, absolutely not.
He would lose his job if
He would have lost his job.
What was your reaction to that?
Well, the whole thing is just bizarre, I think, to everyone, because we never seen him.
If Matt did film, do you still think he would have ended up getting divorced?
I mean, I don't know, probably.
How often do you see him?
Matt comes home almost every weekend.
Are you still having sex?
No.
So what have you told the kids at this point?
We really haven't. Honestly, it's a hard conversation to have. It's a conversation I'm afraid of having. We have to do it, but we haven't. That's not our best look.
How do you explain to Nicholas your small house?
You know what? It's basically like daddy goes to work, mommy goes to work, and when mommy goes to work, she just has to go stay at her small house. And
just like he does.
Like daddy does.
Yeah.
But he also sees that we're not.
You gotta be careful. He's gonna get married one day and think he has to get a house because he gets a new job.
Yeah.
And what was the crux of the issue between the two of you? I never really got it.
When we moved away from Long Island, our relationship just wasn't enough.
I think at one point you told us that it wasn't good because he didn't bring you flowers anymore.
Well, honestly,
you know,
that's
so
part
those
of it.
were
It's
the
everything. You know, it's the little, the big, it's everything. Yeah, absolutely. He's just not that person who compliments you and builds you up and makes you feel great. I've never walked out of a room and had him say, oh my God, you look so beautiful. You know, I've never really even had Matt look me in the eye and tell me in a genuine way, like, I love you. And I do think those things are important. But you know what? I see him, he tells my daughter that. And it makes me love him, you know, for that. And I'm okay with that. And that's what makes me know he's a good person, a good father, but not meant to be my husband, you know? And that's it. I feel bad.
Why?
Because no matter what happens in our relationship, like, I do respect him and I do love him. He's the father of my children. And I really, 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 really want to have a good relationship with him because it's forever and it's hard and it sucks, but I really want that.
It's all hard. It's hard on your kids. You were talking, I was thinking, is it better to have your kids older, like mine are, or is it better to do it when your kids are younger? Because my kids grew up with a lot of volatility in the house because we fought the whole time.
And that's not
good.
Of that. Yeah.
So you have to think about that.
Okay, I want to get into what happened at Vicki's Italian dinner.
I don't think we all came from a bad place at that dinner. We were, you know, there's like a saying, you know, smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from others.
I get what you're saying, and I understand that. I think that for me, had you guys, instead of just trying to tell me your experiences, were more trying to get to know me and what my experience has been so far.
But we were trying to get to know you, but you don't tell us what's going on.
When Gina left the table that night, you said you were sure that either she or Matt were having an affair.
There's no abuse, there's no adultery, there's no addiction. Somebody's having an affair.
I would have to say it's none of our business.
My feeling is when you're not getting it from your husband, you're going to get it someplace else.
Yes.
I disagree, but we don't need to go into that
I 100%
debate.
agree with that.
I went through spells. I went through a 2-year dry spell. Never thought about getting sex elsewhere.
He was.
Yeah, but he was.
He was.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't think people get divorced because of affairs. I think people have affairs because there's a problem in their relationship. I got divorced because there was a problem in my relationship.
So,
Exactly.
Gina,
Exactly.
It was a big moment at the table when you said you don't believe in God. Are you an atheist?
I'm more of an agnostic. I had a full mass Catholic wedding, you know, because of my mother. 3 of my kids are baptized just in case, you know.
Vicki, you were upset.
I didn't know, and it doesn't say it's good or bad. It's just I didn't know that she was
Well, you
a
said she was
non-believer.
morally bankrupt.
No, she didn't have a moral compass.
It's how I felt at the time. It is. I'm going to own it. I said it.
Thank
What's
you.
your reaction?
Well, I mean, I was shocked because I don't know, I've known her, I didn't ever expect to hear her say that. But I mean, to each their own. I mean, everybody has different beliefs.
Well, I just don't think morality and religion go hand in hand.
Yeah, me
That's
neither.
where I'm
I think
at.
there needs to be a
I mean, you
separation
can
of
be
church and
the-
state there.
Well, there's
Yeah,
the Ten
exactly.
Commandments.
And also, not for nothing, but you say, you know, I better hope I'm right, because if I show up at the gates, like basically I'm going to hell. And I kind of feel like if we both show up there, I might get in before you.
Oh, you're getting in there before her?
I think so. I mean, if it's really that, you might want to hope I'm right too.
But you're going to hell.
But I'm going to hell.
Damn to hell.